There are six numbers that drive the US real estate market. Last week we talked about home sales, and this week we're talking about home prices. Now, it doesn't surprise us that home prices would actually affect the real estate market, though you need to know where you're at in the market today and then what the trends tell you as you look back. So, I want us to look at this powerful graph together because this graph tells you where you're at now, what to expect tomorrow based upon the previous history. So let's look at this graph together. The most important line you need to look at on this graph is that blue line right in the middle that's kind of nicely going up. That is what you call appreciation. And so, what we see statistically is that homes appreciate in price and value 4% per year. And so, this line is showing if you were to stay on a 4% appreciation, this is where home prices should be every year. But the reality is you see things get off kilter at times. We look back in 2004 to 2007, you see things got off kilter because home prices went over the average 4% per year to a high of 29% above the trend line. That is like not safe zone, right? That is danger, danger, danger when you are that high above appreciation. And so what happened? Well, the economy and the market had to course correct because the prices were too high. So what did it happen? 2007, or I'm sorry, 2009, 2010, you saw this was the crash that we're all very you know, recent history, right? And so the crash here, prices dropped, prices plummeted. But really, what happened? Well, they had to because they were so high. But look what has happened now. Prices have come back up because real estate always follows this 4% trend line. You just simply have to wait, right? We say statistically every 10 years, the homes will get right back up to that trend line. And so where are we now though? And this is important to be able to see is we're now back over that trend line. This year, our average price point was 408,000. Last year in 2023, the price point was 390, and this is national. And so we're projected this year, 2025, to be at around 418,000. So we're projected even this year to go up a little bit in home values. That means we are this year in our fifth year of home prices being above the trend line, kind of pushing that 7 to 10% above trend line. Well, what happened last in 2004 to 2008? Well, they were above the trend line for about 5 years. So, what does this tell us, y'all? This tells us that we're kind of in this moment right now where we're probably not going to stay above the trend line too much longer. I think we will stay above the trend line in 2025, but we're 1 to 2 years, I think, max before we start seeing prices actually go below the trend line to be able to level each other out. Now, that should not scare you. Okay, because if you think rightly about real estate, the reality is buy now because in 10 years you will never regret it. You'll never regret it. Okay. Now, if you buy now and hope that you can try to flip something in a year or two or three, yeah, there can be risk in that, but there's not risk in the long game with real estate. You buy now, and if you hold 10 years, you will absolutely win. Just think about those that bought in 2006, right? Height of the market. You look right here, height of the market, 21% above trend line. Who in the world would buy there? Well, look at where they're at right now in 2024, 2025. You think they were sad that they actually bought there? No, because they held it. Because they held it. So remember the saying, it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. So, if you are thinking about buying, I would say yes. Just be willing to keep the house for 7 to 10 years and you're good. Okay. You're good. If you're looking to sell your house and you're like, I just want to make sure I sell my house a little bit more at the top of the market, that's now. Okay. That's now. Maybe next year, but we are coming to the point where we're going to start seeing prices, actually start coming down a little bit, back to that 4% trend line. So take a look at this. Make sure this encourages you. Ask, if you want to just talk about this over the phone, get coffee to really assess what, really how you can be wise with your own financial goals by looking at really the trend lines of home prices. Let's set up time. Love to be able to chat. But this right here is what's going to help you make decisions when it comes to buying and selling and investing.